Welcome to Brawlhalla!
Hello everybody and welcome back to another training room tutorial video. I'm Raven from Blue Mammoth Games. In this video we're going to be talking about dodging. Now there's a number of interesting things about the dodge mechanic in Brawlhalla that are not obvious when you first start playing, so we're going to go over all of those things real quick. So the first off is the amount of cooldown you have between dodges. When you're on the ground, it's about 0.6, 0.8 seconds or so. So your ground dodge cooldown, you pretty much will have a dodge available to you after every attack or so. Most attacks in this game take up the amount of time between dodges on the ground, so you will almost always have a dodge available to you if you are grounded. However, once you're in the air dodge cooldown is quite a bit longer. So you can see it takes us quite a bit of time for us to expend our dodge and then have the option to dodge again. In the air, the cooldown time is about 2.6 to 2.8 seconds. I'm giving you a range because I don't remember exactly the amount, but just know that your dodge in the air is going to have a much longer cooldown than your dodge on the ground. However, your air dodge cooldown will be reset every time that you touch a horizontal platform. So you can go ahead and reset that dodge cooldown just by touching the ground. Now, what won't reset it is touching the side of the wall here. So if you air dodge, touch the wall, you won't get your dodge back immediately like you do touching the main platform. So just keep this in mind as you're moving around the map. And the reason why there's all these different kind of adjusted mechanics for dodge is because we want you to be at a slight disadvantage in different scenarios. Being on the edge is one of them. Like if a player puts you on the edge, you deserve to be there. You shouldn't have all those tools available to you. So those are the difference between the air and the ground dodge cooldowns. Now, really quick, let's talk about what a full speed dodge is. A full speed dodge is when you are at full velocity and you dodge in the same direction that you are running. You'll see the full speed dodge comes out by these little white circles behind your character showing that they have extra speed than normal. Now, what's interesting about full speed dodges is that when you do a full speed dodge, you can cancel this into an attack at any given time. So your dodge animation will be canceled immediately so long as you're at a full speed dodge. If you are not at a full speed dodge, you need to wait for that dodge animation to end before you can attack. So that's one of the main differences there with full speed dodges is that it is cancelable, it pushes you farther away, and it all has to do with the momentum and velocity of your character. So if you're moving at full speed in a direction, you're going to get that full speed dodge. But if you try to backpedal, you're only going to get the shorter one that is no longer cancelable, and you're going to have to wait for that full dodge duration to end. Now, one of the interesting things, and we did cover this in the advanced mechanic videos, but it is directly related to dodging, is chase dodging. So as we just discussed, when you're at a standstill, you're not going to get a full speed dodge. It's just not going to happen. But chase dodging allows you to get that full speed dodge so long as you dodge immediately after landing an attack. So I believe it's within 4 to 5 frames of landing an attack, you can do your full speed dodge as kind of a bonus for landing an attack. Now the reason we put this into the game is because a lot of players were talking about how it's hard to keep up pressure, and since dodge is the main defensive and offensive tool for approaching and repositioning, we really wanted to give something to players who play aggressively and let them stick to their opponents or do different mix-ups using the chase dodge in order to stick to their opponents just a little bit better. Finally, we're going to talk really quick about how to use dodge to break strings. One of the most common strings in the game that you can dodge out of is guitar neutral light into recovery that just looks like this. Now, at first glance, you're going to say, oh, like that just looks like a combo. But the reason it's a string is because there's actually quite a big gap in between when the hit stun wears off between landing this and going in there. So you can see that there is a dodge window of about 7 frames, which means that the player that you hit this against has that amount of time to input a dodge and escape your next attack. So if we go here into the training options, one of the bot options that you can actually set them to is to dodge out. So what this is going to do is that they're going to... Whoop, did I actually set it? Let's see. So what this is going to do is they are going to dodge out as soon as that dodge window is available. And when you're practicing in the training room trying to get an idea of, you know, what strings are true and which ones are not, this dodge out function for the bots is actually a really good way to do that. Now, most weapons have strings like this, and kind of learning when to dodge out, what direction to dodge out, and how to punish them is another core part of advanced gameplay that will come into your game, especially as you're playing ranked 1v1 and ranked 2v2 and climbing up the ladder. This is something that you're going to see a lot more often. So that pretty much covers everything that you need to know about dodging. Remember that if you enjoyed this video and you want to see something on another topic, let us know in the comments below or hit us up on Twitter. I'm really enjoying just being able to sit down and kind of talk through a lot of these different game concepts with all of you. I'm having a blast making these, so please definitely give me more suggestions for stuff you would like to see. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time for the next training room tutorial video.